Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Poison Okami here, me, myself, and I, back at it again with another video. And today's video is going to be a character guide on Masked Man. Yes, this user here, Laners, actually requested Masked Man and said that he's underrated. And you know what, Laners, I agree with you. He actually is very underrated. So let's go ahead and check out Masked Man, see what he has, and let me relay what I know to you guys. So let's have a look at his item set to begin with. 2 speed down tags, 2 defense down tags, and paper bomb. So right off the bat, this and this is already great as it is. Big damage right there, plus strike back, you're laughing. Now, Masked Man of this team in particular, this is actually a team I use. I always put Shino at the beginning of this team now. If you remember Shino's item set, he has like 2 poison tags, paper bombs, and I think a defense tag or something like that. So I'd put him first and have Masked Man support or whatever. And then Masked Man is actually a strike back character. So Masked Man is always a very viable pick for a team build. Very good character indeed. But yes, so that is one way to look at Masked Man's item set. Very good for damage, and then just slowing your opponent if needs be, and then you can escape. So let's take a look at his combos. So right off the bat, his neutral combo, nothing too special. There's no like infinite combo or anything in there. Nothing really too special. Not really anything you can do with the neutral. It's more the up and down combos is what is a special combo for him. You know, no matter how you try to look at it. Oh, we found a button lock. Okay, there we go. There's a button lock there, but you can do it via backdashing. You can probably do it by countering, right? But I don't think countering... Yeah, countering doesn't really do it anymore. But you can try and do it via backdashing. Like so. So you can try and backdash and then go into the next person. So stun lock at the very end when he's about to do the but before he phases, so he teleports whatever. Like so. Just backdash and then switch during the backdash animation. And then you can go into your next character right here. So that's always cool to do. So that's one thing to do is neutral. There we go. But the combos that I definitely knew about is this up and down combo. So I'll go into his up combo with you guys. So the up combo is cool because you can jump right here. And then with that, you can, go into a UJ or something. Yeah, one thing you can definitely guarantee with this is Jutsu, like so. Maybe you got to cancel a little bit faster than that as well. So you jump towards the enemy like that, you can catch them with the Jutsu and do that as well. So that's always fun. And then you can probably use it as like a way to juggle. So, just jump, chakra dash, and then just juggle or something like this. Do whatever, creative combos that you have. Reset them onto the ground, and then the down combo, you counter right here, and then you can reset yourself. Obviously, you can only do this 3 times because you can only counter 3 times. But, a lot of people, they just do this, and then go into the next character, and then do whatever you need to with the next character. So, it's basically whatever at that point. But yeah, you can counter obviously to extend the combo, but I would recommend not doing it over and over. I'd recommend doing it as a way to extend, or you can even do it as a way to land an ult. So you see Masked Mans do this as well. Oh crap, that doesn't actually work. Is that a is that a 60 FPS thing? I mean, if you wanted to land an ult with Jutsu after it, you could just do something like this. There we go, something like that. So I guess you can counter switch. By counter switching, it just seems a lot better way to do it than just trying to do it fast, man. But yeah, that is pretty much what you do with his combos there. That is pretty much attack, and then his air combo. This is okay. I think sometimes it can block that last hit with the chains, so just be careful. But yeah, there's not really much to report on it. Just gotta be careful with that because I think sometimes it can block that last hit of his combo. But in terms of guard pressure for his combo segment as well, don't ever do the air hit on block with him. He is a floater. He floats. He's a floating character, which is not good. This is unsafe as all hell. You do not want to be doing this, otherwise you will get countered, or you will, just basically get punished for it. So one thing I would do is the down combo, and then chakra dash, and then just go into the next character like this. That's like the best thing I can do for it. Like so. And then, yeah, you can pressure like this, and then just go into whatever combos you want to, because, yeah, he floats like this, so not good. Masked Man isn't great for a guard block, guard munching and, like, guard breaking. at all. He's just good for like when you do get the combos. He's just that middleman that you can get the damage off with, decent amount of damage too, and then you go into the next character, you know, and then just do whatever else. So you know, that's what Massman's good for. But yeah, and then obviously he can always do this as well, which is always helpful. Yep, that's pretty much it for his combos. You got something in his up combo there, and then something in his down combo as well. In terms of implementing tags in his combos, be careful because his neutral combo has momentum. So if you cancel about here, as you can see, he throws himself across the stage like that. So when you're throwing a tag, like so, it kind of makes it a little hard sometimes. As you can see, I dropped the combo because he jumped too far forward. So if you're ever going to use a tag, like do it after the second hit, maybe the third. Actually, definitely not the third. So it's either the first or second hit, like so. You know, so you can do it there. You don't want to do it there either. There isn't really many places you can jump and throw tags without the combo being ruined, because Maskman always pushes the opponent like very far away. So yeah, if you're going to jump and throw a tag, what I would do is that if you're mashing, do this, do that, and then continue, and then you can get a nice combo like this or something, and then get your defense down tag damage as well, which would be really good. So I'd recommend doing it something along the lines of that, because yeah, Maskman can implement tags in this combo very well because he pushes the opponent too far away from him. Okay, so that's pretty much all I got for the combo segment. If you guys have any questions, obviously be sure to ask down in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and take a look at his tilt. Now, Maskman's tilt is one of my most favorite things about his moveset, because, I don't know, I like tilts. I just love tilting people. It's great. But is very good at getting out of combos. He comes out really quickly with it. And not only that, but it has multiple hits. As you can see, look very carefully on the block. It doesn't just hit once, but it hits multiple times. So it's very good. It can, you know, it doesn't really like break the guard per se, but as you can see, you can tell by the look of the colors, it hits multiple times. There's 2 hits apparently. So, and then if you do the whole tilt, it looks like this. You can convert off of it only if the opponent doesn't recover. A lot of people would recover there, and it's reasonable for them to recover there. So, you know, don't expect to land this very often. I don't even know why that's not even connecting. Might be able to do a chakra dash after, actually. Yeah, you can do a chakra dash. Do some stuff like that. But yeah, when you're doing the tilt, just be aware of that. So one thing I actually use a tilt for is creating distance. So I use it as a way with Maskman. I do stuff like this as well. As you can see, it hits from a long range. We're quite far, and it still hits. It's very good range. It's a very good keep out tool. Like, zoning with that tilt is so fun. It's a good and free zoning tool. And if it ever hits, this is what you do on hit. As he teleports, you switch, and the opponent becomes button locked for you to then continue your combo with your next character. This is the great thing about Maskman. You know, you can do nice combos like this. Very fun, very ideal. And he's a strike back, so you know, always add that on as well. But yes, this, very good. Obviously cancel the first one with Chakra Shuriken. And the stun from it, from switching, really good. As you can see, it's enough to actually walk along and do what you need to. I think you can even do an ult Jutsu off of it. So if you go to like Sakon can obviously go ahead and jump in with his ult as well. So that's always good. I wouldn't do it with Shino because Shino doesn't move anywhere with his ult. It's an ult that develops around him. So yeah, obviously if you find yourself doing this, just do this. Just do a chakra dash after, because they're most likely going to rebound and chakra dash you. So make yourself safe by chakra dash clashing and resetting you guys into the neutral game. That's one thing you definitely want to do with Maskman. Make sure that you don't get caught. But one thing I always just make use of is just this, and then just doing this. Just make sure that during the teleporting animation of Maskman teleporting, that you just switch during those frames there, and then that's a free combo right there. And then you're laughing basically. But yeah, this is a very good tilt. One of my personal favorites in the game. Because the range is so good, it's a nice keep out tool. And not only that, but when an opponent jumps and blocks, it sends them real far as well. Like, I can try and get him to do a jump. It's very hard. There you go. As you can see, when he jumps, it sends him even further. And people jump a lot in this game, so as you can see, the higher he jumps, the further he goes away. So be sure when you're using this tilt, use it effectively against his bunny hopping opponents and create your distance. And then even if you try to chakra dash, you wouldn't get very far against you, because you'll do an air dash, he might drop before he hits you, and then you're basically laughing, because as you can see, air dashes, they have a drop off. So yeah. It's very good. I've actually done that many times where I've just tilted like a jumping opponent like that. They tried dashing me, and I was still safe, and I didn't even need to switch or anything. But just to stay safe, I do always just do this anyway, and then do that. Creates a lot of distance, and then you can do this type of form of defense. This is what this team is good for. This team is very good for like defense and keep out and stuff, and traps and things like that, and setups and layering, you know, things like that. I can manipulate the camera and then, you know, do things like this. Like, it's a lot of tech with this team in particular. But anyways, focusing back on Masked Man, yes, his tilt can create a lot of situations or introduce situations like that, which is why I love Masked Man's tilt so much. If anybody has any further questions about Masked Man's tilt, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so next we have his grab. So his grab is actually kind of cool. So it grounds the opponent. The range on it is pretty good too, but it leaves Masked Man suspended in the air, which is okay. It's not bad. You have some options after this. So yeah, see, long range grab. I hit it from afar. So after this, you can just ninja dash and then follow your opponent and then Oki them when they get up. And everything you can do is throw kunai or chakra shuriken and things like that, and then try to chain them if they roll towards you. So that's always a fun thing to do. I like doing like just little chakra shuriken for the extra damage. Sometimes they can roll away from you, so just be aware. You know, or another thing you can do is just load your chakra and then just follow them, you know, like that. Or another thing you can do is you can switch during the air, go into your next character, do something like that, and then just pressure them right as soon as they wake up with your next character. You know, do something like that. That's always something you can do. That's like pretty much the answers you can do with this grab. So the grab is guaranteed grounded, and then, you know, you can do something like this, and then just continue with your next characters, and then just do whatever you need. Not really too much you can do after it. Like, you know, it just depends on the type of team that you have Masked Man in and whatever you want to do at that point, to be honest. Like, there isn't really too much you can do. But yeah, it's a decent grab. It's okay. And those are pretty much the options you can do after it, really. Alright, let's take a look at Masked Man's Jutsu. So the Jutsu is something that got spammed a lot in Generations because it's powerful, because you had invincibility frames from the get-go. However, Masked Man no longer has these invincibility frames from the get-go. Invincibility frame starts about here. Invincibility frames only start from Masked Man when you see him start phasing in and out of existence, so there. That's the only time that he actually gets invincibility frames. So he can get interrupted when he jumps back. He can get interrupted here until there. So during the jump back, a shuriken, a jutsu, a chakra dash, anything that would hit his character would prevent that whole jutsu from happening. So if you have a character who likes to throw a lot of things and throws them very consistently, just be careful when using Masked Man. It might be worth implementing it in a switch tech like this, and then try and use it for like guard pressure, you know, doing it like that, and then introduce some guard pressure with it like that, and then, you know, you're laughing. But yeah, you know, like that's one thing I'd recommend with Masked Man's Jutsu there. But yeah, it's very good, you know, not bad. It's very good for like traveling. One good use for Masked Man's Jutsu is switch checking it, doing something like this, and then getting the distance away. So you switch off of Masked Man, switch back to Masked Man. That's always one tech that that is really handy. You know, because you can be doing something like this, and then, you know, if you feel they're about to tilt your combo there, fine, just switch to Masked Man and then punish that tilt with a chakra dash or something. You know, there's a lot of answers, a lot of scenarios that you can do like that. You know, do things like this. Yeah. So, yeah. Another thing is that back in the old days, Masked Man's paper bombs used to be lingering for a while, but they don't anymore. So yeah, that's always a thing. And then, yeah, another thing that I just shown off there is that if it hits, you can combo off of it like so. As long as you hit them, you know, while they're falling from the paper bombs with a kunai or something, then you can combo off it as well. Oops. Oh no, don't need it. I think only Shinu's insects work with it. I haven't really done it with anybody else, sure. You take a look. Oh no, it is doable. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's confirmed. So yeah, that's something else you can do. So if you switch characters and then throw a kunai during that moment, then yeah, do something. And then obviously they can rebound at the very ending frames of it as well. So like, they can rebound at the very top there. So just be careful of that, obviously, when they get hit. The damage with the Jutsu is okay. Like, it's not a Jutsu that I throw a lot for damage purposes. I mean, if it hits, great, it hits. But yeah, in general, the Jutsu is something I like to throw out in the neutral game, and then I use it to make distance. That is the Jutsu's main use in a competitive aspect. It's just creating distance and, you know, having fun with your opponent like this. Breaking guards from afar, pretty much. Now he's in red, like, just like that, you know? So, just, you know, be aware of things like that you can do. You know, it's always fun. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for a Jutsu. So, one last thing is that we can take a look at Masked Man's Awakening mode. Okay, so Masked Man's Awakening mode is... The only thing we can talk about it is with the Awakening actions, because his Jutsu is exactly the same, his tilt is exactly the same, his combos are exactly the same, everything about him is exactly the same. Other than his hood came off, which is how you know he's down for business. And not only that, but he now has Awakening actions, which is the transportation technique. Now, I have a problem with Storm 4 because in 60 FPS, this lasts for about one and a half, maybe 1 second. On 30 FPS, this lasts for a good 2 seconds. The good thing is you can move around whilst using this on both versions. It's just my only issue with 60 FPS is that it lasts a lot shorter. So I'm going to switch this over to 30 FPS so I can show you the full effect of Jutsu. So we're now using 30 FPS, which is why the game looks so choppy. However, if you look now, it lasts way longer, about maybe 2 to 3 seconds. About 2.5 seconds. Which is way better and way longer, is very good. So this Awakening is mainly good because it avoids very hard situations where an opponent is layering a bunch of Jutsus against you, they're switch checking and they're approaching Jutsus with you. Very big Jutsus like Madara's Jutsu, Sand Showers, you know, very large scale Jutsus. And even if you're fighting against other Awakenings like Sage of Six Paths Madara, this is going to allow you to avoid all of the, you know, the kunai gel and the clones of Six Paths Madara. The sad thing is that it doesn't last very long. So you can only use it during certain times, and then you're gonna have to rely on your mobility, your jumping, and you know, your ninja move shuriken, which in my opinion is very good. A lot of airtime, as you can see, very good at dodging stuff. And then use this when you feel like you're in trouble, and then counter him when he's near you or whatever. And then again, just do this as well. So you know, as you can see, I can chakra dash and I can move when it's active. Now you gotta beware. This is only active until you hit. When you hit, it disappears. So it's only good when you're being passive, as you can see, when you're not attacking or you're not hitting anybody. But if you start doing jutsus or you start doing anything else, he phases out of it. So please bear this in mind when you decide to do this attack. It doesn't make you invulnerable the whole time. You start attacking, then he phases out of it. So that's always one thing to consider with Masked Man. So that is pretty much it for everything from Masked Man. I will also add on at the very end here, Masked Man can be really bad at juggling as well. Like sometimes the problem why he's bad at juggling is that this low sweep here makes it bad because it's a low hit box. As you can see, if you look at where he's hitting, the hit effect is down on Naruto's ankles. So when this is happening on an airborne opponent, as you can see, it misses. Now, sometimes this is bad because the opponent can fall down quick enough to reset their block from the ground. As you can see, it does sometimes juggle properly, so I'll turn the guard on. See, I was still able to get a full combo off of there. However, there are times where the opponent can fall quick enough, and then as soon as they touch the ground, they can block instantly. So then his IC3 will not connect. So just be aware that this low sweep isn't great for juggling. It can be a problem for juggling. Yeah, other than that, that is pretty much everything I have to say for Masked Man. Everything I've literally talked about is how you play him. And then, I don't know, if you ever find some old footage of me playing Masked Man, who knows, I might feature him in some more videos in the future and you'll see exactly how I play him. Anyways, if you have any more questions about Masked Man, please be sure to ask down in the comment section below. That is everything you need to know on Masked Man. I hope you guys pick him up, actually. He's a very fun character to use. He's very enjoyable, and then once you do work well and you play him precisely, he can be very rewarding. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. As always, it's been your boy Poison Okami. Matane.